Peace and blessings, beautiful people. Peace and blessings. This is Empress Imani, and welcome to this episode of Sacred Love Lessons. So today we're talking about in the flow. 4 ways to be in flow with your life. Be like water. Bruce Lee. If this is your first time here, I am Empress Imani, inspirational teacher of Sacred Love Lessons. I help women to honor the love within so they can manifest the life of their dreams. Be like water by Bruce Lee. So what exactly did he mean? Well, let's think about water. Water flows. It makes hard spaces soft. It is flexible and becomes a part of its environment until its environment changes. Then it becomes something else. This is a metaphor for us not to allow ourselves to be trapped in a certain mindset. Instead, for us to adapt, become, and change. Being in flow is being the water or being the leaf. It is taking divine inspired action in divine right time and receiving the benefits of your divine rights as a result. Now, how do you be in flow with your life? Number 1, be in the present moment. Be in the present moment. Life is happening right now in front of you. If your focus is on the past or the so-called future, you will miss right now. So you want to be in the present moment. And I know that's easier said than done, but it can be done. Number 2, be faith and overcome doubt. Someone once said, there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. Doubt is not one of them. Now, doubt can keep you stuck in life because you're always thinking, what if, what if, what if? James 1:8 tells us that a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. So you want to be in faith and overcome doubt. Now, one way that I overcome doubt, because I do have feelings, of what if. When those feelings, those thoughts come up, I just cast those feelings and those thoughts down with my words. And I restate what it is that I am. If you have feelings of not enoughness, then remind yourself, I am divine. I am God. I am light. I am vision. I am order. Go to the Who Am I exercise, and that will help you to cast down those feelings of doubt. If you have doubts of what if this doesn't work, then go to your affirmation treasure box and pull out an affirmation that will cast down those feelings and those thoughts of doubt. All things work together for my good is a really good one. All things work together for my good. Number 3, flow in the movement of life. When you are met with resistance, switch directions. Remain flexible and agile. You will become the air and time bender. Now, this is where sometimes we may experience divine detours. I know Wife Goddess and I, we started watching football again this season. We hadn't watched in years. And so we were talking about the pathway to the championship, the pathway to the Super Bowl. And for some strange reason, DeMarcus Ware came up in my spirit. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about DeMarcus Ware. And DeMarcus Ware, wherever you are in the world today, if you hear this, may you and your family forever be blessed. You guys know that I'm from Dallas, the DFW area already. And DeMarcus Ware, he became a Dallas Cowboy like way back, right? And I remember when he first came out in the first round, he was drafted in the first round, and he was this magnificent linebacker. Like, he was just crushing. He was forcing fumbles. He was sacking the quarterback, and he was just that dude, right? He was a Pro Bowler and all of that. And you could just see in him that more than anything, he wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy. And along in his career, he was with the Cowboys for a while, and then he got hurt. And so you know how it is in football, in the NFL, American football for you world listeners, American football. So in American football, when a person gets hurt or, owners, they look to trade them. And so Jerry Jones was no different. And of course, I don't know all the facts, right? But from my perspective, DeMarcus Ware got hurt and they were looking to trade him. And so DeMarcus, he wanted to be a Cowboy. So he was like, look, let's just see what we can do. He had a can-do attitude. What can we do? How can we work work this out. He was even willing to take lower money, to take a lower pay in order to remain a Dallas Cowboy. Unfortunately, fortunately, he was traded to the Denver Broncos. And he was sad, I could tell. He was sad. So he goes to Denver, but in Denver he does well. And the stars, as God would have it, begin to align in DeMarcus' favor. Next thing you know, they got Peyton Manning, right? I know nobody saw that coming. So now Peyton Manning, he's in Denver. DeMarcus is in Denver. And what happens? The Denver Broncos, not only do they go to the Super Bowl, but they win. And then it was like, okay, so to the best of my memory, DeMarcus did not receive a Super Bowl ring when he was in Dallas, but he goes to Denver. He's there in Denver for like 3 years, and during that time, he becomes a Super Bowl champion. Yay! Right? And then he announces, hey, I'm ready to retire. He's won the championship. So what happens? He gets a one-day contract from the Dallas Cowboys, and he's able to retire as a Dallas Cowboy. How awesome is that, right? So I call that a divine detour. Sometimes we have to just be in the flow with the movement of life. You want to be in flow all the time, right? When you are met with resistance, just go with the flow. Be willing to switch on a dime in the direction that life is taking you, because you never know. Sometimes we are willing to settle for less, but God has something better for us. He has something better for DeMarcus. Who knew? So questions that you ask when you're on a divine detour: how do I negotiate the valley? What lessons am I supposed to learn? Because there are lessons. Number 4. Practice detachment and be clutter-free. Ask yourself, what do I need to release? When you release, you make room for the new to come in, whether it be a person, a place, a thing, a Super Bowl ring. When you release, you make room for the new to come in. I'll leave you with this final affirmation. It's by Ernest Holmes. I call it God Meets Me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And until we speak again, be the light.
With God, all things are possible. And let us see if we cannot make these words real to us as we quietly affirm, I am now established in infinite life. My mind and my heart are open to the infinite good. I have no fear, nor doubt, that can in any way turn aside or reject the blessing which the Father hath for me. My body is alive with the life of God, which life is whole and perfect. My mind is established in God. I am led by the divine Spirit, and I know that my paths are directed from good to ever greater good. The harmony of God brings me into peace with everything. The abundance of God prospers me in all that I do. The beauty of God brings beauty into my life. And I know that the presence of God, which now fills my mind, blesses everyone I meet wherever I go. The quiet power of peace within me touches the heart of everyone I meet, bringing to all an assurance and a renewed faith in God.